Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Cadet First Class Sophia Stewart from Cadet Squadron 28, and with me today is Cadet Second Class, Cadet First Class Garrett Burton from Cadet Squadron 24, and we will be your narrators for today's parade. On behalf of Lieutenant General Tony Bauernfeind, the Superintendent of the United States Air Force Academy, Brigadier General Gavin Marks, the Commandant of Cadets, and Cadet Colonel David Stark, the Summer Cadet Wing Commander, we would like to welcome you to the class of 2028's they don't want to say it. Acceptance Day Parade. Today's special events will include the class of 1978 presenting contrails and awards to the class of 2028's 8 outstanding basic cadets. The symbolic acceptance of the class of 2028 as 4th class cadets into the cadet wing, affirmation of the cadet honor oath by the entire cadet wing, and a change of command from summer to fall semester leadership. In keeping with the conduct of this ceremony, it is our desire to maintain an atmosphere of dignity and respect. Because this morning's ceremony is outdoors, military members in uniform are reminded to stand at attention and render a salute during the playing of honors and the national anthem. During the national anthem, veterans and military members not in uniform may place their right hand over their heart or render the hand salute. It is appropriate for all others to stand and place their right hand over their heart. To assist everyone's participation in today's ceremony, I will inform you when to stand and to be seated. To maintain the proper decorum for events such as this, we ask that you silence all cell phones and electronic devices and remain quiet throughout the duration of the ceremony. Please be advised of our intent to discharge 5 volleys of 75mm howitzer cannon fire during today's parade. The howitzer cannon is located in the southeast corner of the parade field. The direction of fire will be northeast. The first volley will be fired to signify the beginning of the parade and begin the march on. 3 volleys will be fired during the playing of the national anthem, and the final volley will be fired at the conclusion of the Space Force song. Additionally, please be cautious when ascending and descending the bleachers. Please use our handrails where available, and watch for tripping, slipping, and falling hazards.
Entering from the right will be the United States Air Force Academy Cadet Wing. The wing includes over 4,000 men and women from all parts of the United States, American territories, and allied nations. In addition to our own cadets, you will notice different uniforms within the squadrons. These cadets are participating in exchange programs with each of our sister service academies, as well as military academies from several allied nations. As the cadet wing marches on, the individual flights of basic cadets under the command of their flight commanders will form up in front of the stands prior to their acceptance into the cadet wing. The basic cadet training commander, Cadet Colonel Hannah Plew from San Antonio, Texas, leads these cadets today. Other members of the basic cadet training staff are Cadet Colonel Leo Stearns Rentas from San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Cadet Colonel Camden Larson from Grand Forks, North Dakota. Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention to the right as we begin today's march on with our first cannon fire. Thank you for your attention and enjoy today's parade.
Leading the wing onto the parade field is the Summer Cadet Wing Commander, Cadet Colonel Micah Stark from Eagle River, Alaska. Other members of the Summer Wing staff include Cadet Wing Deputy Commander, Cadet Colonel Mason Slaughter from Jasper, Alabama, and the Cadet Wing Director of Operations, Cadet Colonel Aaron Reyes from Downey, California. Following the Cadet Wing Commander and staff is the Cadet Wing Color Guard, led by Cadet Captain Chris Herman, and the United States Air Force Academy Band, led by Colonel Michael Willen and Drum Major, Senior Master Sergeant John Dawson. Following the cadet wing and staff are first and second groups cadets. The permanent party leadership of Group 1 is Colonel Arthi Puri, Group Commander, and Senior Master Sergeant Stephen Wall, Group Senior Enlisted Leader. The permanent party leadership of each squadron is as follows. For Cadet Squadron 1, commanded by Major Johnson and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Mercado and Technical Sergeant Redlick. For Cadet Squadron 2, commanded by Major Favinger and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Danis and Technical Sergeant Golden. For Cadet Squadron 3, commanded by Major Hertzler and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Filson and Technical Sergeant Chappelle. For Cadet Squadron 4, commanded by Major Thielman and Academy Military Trainers, Technical Sergeant Halstead and Master Sergeant Carroll. For Cadet Squadron 5, commanded by Major Bostic and Academy Military Trainers, Technical Sergeant McGee and Technical Sergeant Valhaber. For Cadet Squadron 6, commanded by Major Strakowski and Academy Military Trainers, Technical Sergeant Simmons and Technical Sergeant Egolf. For Cadet Squadron 7, commanded by Major Jessica Barnes and Academy Military Trainers, Technical Sergeant Sanders, Technical Sergeant Vargo, and Technical Sergeant Gerstenberger. For Cadet Squadron 8, commanded by Major Nathan Christian and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Flynn and Technical Sergeant Sandridge. For Cadet Squadron 9, commanded by Major Montville and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Mungo and Technical Sergeant Johnson. And finally, for Cadet Group 1, Cadet Squadron 10, commanded by all the way from the Space Force, Major Martin and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Camille and Technical Sergeant Hentz.
Following Group 1 is Group 2, commanded by Colonel Meredith Beavers. The Group Senior Enlisted Leader is Senior Master Sergeant Brian Felton. The leadership of each squadrons are from Cadet Squadron 11, led by their commander from the Army, Major Chung, and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Cerna and Technical Sergeant McArdle. From Cadet Squadron 10, following their commander, Major Witzig, and their Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Arispi and Master Sergeant Swindle. From Cadet Squadron 13, following their commander, Lieutenant Colonel Patel, and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Jones and Technical Sergeant Gauska. From Cadet Squadron 14, led by their commander, Major Shaw, and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Graff and Technical Sergeant Dillard. From Cadet Squadron 15, following their air officer commanding, Major Debach, and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Avery and Master Sergeant Sanchez. Cadet Squadron 16 follows their commander, Major Collins, and Academy Military Trainer, Master Sergeant Coleman. Cadet Squadron 17 is led by their commander, Major Cushing, and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Reed and Technical Sergeant Peshiru. Cadet Squadron 18 follows their commander, Major Martell, and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Treadaway and Technical Sergeant Wilson. Cadet Squadron 19 follows their commander, Major Bose, and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Taylor and Technical Sergeant Arabello. Cadet Squadron 20 is led by their commander, Major Hentz, and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Lieberman and Technical Sergeant Arroyo.
Following Group 2 is Group 3, commanded by Colonel Maureen Trujillo, and the Group Senior Enlisted Leader is Chief Master Sergeant Paige Flaherty. The leadership of the squadrons are for Cadet Squadron 1, commanded by Major Morales and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Fedorkowitz and Technical Sergeant Quayler. For Cadet Squadron 22, commanded by Major Rawl and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Compton and Technical Sergeant Sockwell. For Cadet Squadron 23, commanded by Major Punts and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Williams and Master Sergeant Soper. For Cadet Squadron 24, commanded by Major Johnson and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Danis and Technical Sergeant Saleza. For Cadet Squadron 25, commanded by Lieutenant Colonel Newman and Academy Military Trainers, Technical Sergeant Rodriguez and Master Sergeant Shafal. For Cadet Squadron 6, commanded by Major Savage and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Mosley and Technical Sergeant Wilburn. For Cadet Squadron 27, commanded by Major Benke and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Phillip and Master Sergeant Johnson. For the best in the wing, it's Cadet Squadron 28, commanded by Major Freeman and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Eustis and Technical Sergeant Dwyer. For Cadet Squadron 29, commanded by Major Cortez and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Hansard and Technical Sergeant Schumacher. And finally, for Cadet Group 3, Cadet Squadron 30, commanded by Major Weiler and Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Whalegum and Technical Sergeant DeWeese.
Lastly, following Group 3 is Group 4, commanded by Colonel Brian Klossman. The Group Senior Enlisted Leader is Chief Master Sergeant Shannon Catras. The leadership of the squadrons are from Cadet Squadron 31, Commander Major Ryder and Academy Military Trainers, Technical Sergeant Schmid and Technical Sergeant Gwynn. Cadet Squadron 32 follows their commander Major Mooney, Academy Military Trainers, Master Sergeant Fenner and Technical Sergeant Pellet. Cadet Squadron 33 follows their commander Major Rodriguez and Academy Military Trainers, Technical Sergeant Sierra and Master Sergeant Cole. Cadet Squadron 34 is led by by their commander, Major Pollock, and Academy military trainers, Master Sergeant McClure and Technical Sergeant Marshall. Cadet Squadron 35 is led by their commander, Major Vasta, and Academy military trainers, Master Sergeant Cruz and Technical Sergeant Block. Cadet Squadron 36 is led by Major Nichols and Academy military trainers, Master Sergeant Landrum and Technical Sergeant Newhauer. Cadet Squadron 37 is commanded by Major Go and Academy military trainers, Master Sergeant Otero and Technical Sergeant Howard. Cadet Squadron 38 follows their commander, Major Eastman, and Academy military trainers, Technical Sergeant Schwan and Master Sergeant Quet. Cadet Squadron 39 is led by their commander, Major Hughie, and Academy military trainers, Master Sergeant Moreno Rojas and Technical Sergeant Jones. And last but not least is Cadet Squadron 40, led by their commander, Major Oeda, and Academy military trainers, Master Sergeant Miller and Master Sergeant Miller.
A cadet's years at the Academy focuses on the elements of USAFA's essence: character and leadership, exposure to the Air Force's mission, immersion in the Air Force ethos and culture, a top-tier education, and competitive excellence, all on the shoulders of an exemplary installation. Their pathway to excellence is paved with responsibility, commitment, and maturity.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
And is Jacob directed?
Yep.
Where do you guys from?
Florida.
Oh. Thank you. Where's Grandma? Grandma didn't make it?
This is one.
Thank you.
Developing agile and innovative airmen is essential to an Air Force driven by committed and inclusive leaders of character that embody the Air Force core values: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest speaker for today, a graduate of the USAFA class of 1978, Lieutenant General Dick Newton, United States Air Force, retired.
Well, good morning. What a beautiful day. What a great time to be out here at our United States Air Force Academy. I can tell you I'm delighted and proud to represent the class of 1978, the legacy class, which will support and be shoulder to shoulder with the class of 2028 every step of the way. I'm joined by my classmate, retired Lieutenant Colonel Kip Ward, and on behalf of all our graduates, our fellow classmates, and so we're again honored and look forward to serving with the class of 2028 for the next 4 years. Also want to welcome our new superintendent, class of 1991, Lieutenant General Tony Bauernfeind. Welcome, Superintendent. Congratulations. I also want to have a special welcome. I'm sure there's a lot of parents and loved ones. And where are our parents and loved ones in the stands with us this morning? Awesome. I must say, they would not be here without you, without your love and your support along the way. So congratulations to Mom and Dad and loved ones. Well done. What a wonderful day for you as well. I will be brief, but I just want to say the class of 1978 extends a hearty welcome to the class of 2028 and formally, as you are formally accepted into the long blue line in the cadet wing. Nearly to this day, 50 years ago, Kip Ward and I were standing in parade formation exactly where you are now. It was a different world then than what we are experiencing today. The challenges and opportunities you face, however, are very similar. And no doubt you are most certainly the very best this nation has to offer. And up to any task that awaits you over the next 4 years. The need for global, ethical, strong leaders remains as important as it was 50 years ago. The United States Air Force Academy remains a premier institution preparing leaders for whatever challenges await. We have world-class leaders. We have world-class faculty. We have world-class staff. And to the class of 2028, you've got upperclassmen who will endeavor to ensure that you are successful in every step of your journey as well. The class of 1978 will be flight following you closely. And as I mentioned earlier, we will be with you every step of the way. And we look forward to watching you grow into Air and Space Force leaders of tomorrow. Your hard work, your selfless dedication, your perseverance will create a future for you and our nation that we can all be proud of. Because of your service to our great country, your standards must be higher than those of society at large. You will be entrusted with the security of our nation and the protection of the American people. This will require you to place the needs of the Air Force and the Space Force and that of the United States before your own personal needs. As you have learned to embrace starting on June 26th, I encourage you to keep striving to uphold every day the core values of integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all you do. Closing. Our motto during our 4 years at the Air Force Academy and to this day is 78 is great. Well, we have no doubt that the class of 2028 will be great, and I'm looking forward to among the greatest classes ever to join the long blue line. Therefore, like your motto says, always endeavor to be bold and be great. God bless you, God bless our Air Force Academy, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant General Newton, for those inspiring words. We would now like to announce and award the 8 outstanding basic cadets. They will accept their contrails and award plaques from 8 members of the class of 1978. They represent every cadet from each of the 8 basic cadet training squadrons.
The outstanding basic cadets are, from Aggressors, Delta Flight, Brad Stankovic. From Barbarians, Delta Flight, Kaolani Matiaki. From Cobras, Echo Flight, Kaylee Spitzer. From Demons, Echo Flight, Jonathan Lupien. From Executioners, Alpha Flight, Aude Owino. From Flying Tigers, Alpha Flight, Madeline Walsh. From Guts, Alpha Flight, Madison Steele. From Hellcats, Bravo Flight, Chloe Perkins.
Detail, post, forward, arch.
Please join us in congratulating the 8 outstanding basics as they return to their squadrons.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Commandant, Brigadier General Gavin Marks, as he gives encouraging words to the Cadet Wing.
Lieutenant General Bauerfeind, Chief Alsvig, Major General Sherman, Brigadier General Latundra, Chief Dietrich, Colonel Werner, Chief Boom, senior leaders, distinguished visitors, family, friends, members of the United States Air Force Academy Cadet Wing. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you all so much for being here to help us celebrate this significant milestone. I, like you, am very, very excited to welcome this special class into the Cadet Wing family. Lieutenant General Newton, sir, thank you very much for your inspiring remarks. They hit exactly the right note and were exactly what the class of 2028 exactly what they needed to hear. I also want to say thank you, sir, to you for your long and distinguished service to our nation and for your continued service to our institution as well. Class of 2028. By the authority vested in me by the superintendent as the 31st Commandant of Cadets, I hereby declare on this day, 7 August 2024, all of your military training requirements are complete. You are ready to enter into the United States Air Force Academy Cadet Wing. Basic cadet training is over. Congratulations. Five and a half weeks of demanding training. We threw a lot at you. We demanded much. We set world-class standards. You exceeded them. You succeeded. You should be incredibly proud of this accomplishment. In just a few moments, you will shed the title Basic Cadet because you have earned the title Cadet 4th Class. And as you celebrate that milestone and enjoy the pomp and circumstance of this ceremony, I want you to remember a couple things. First, I want you to remember the folks that marched before you. Some of them are across the parade field. They are your cadre and your upperclassmen. Some of them are still on active duty, executing missions on behalf of our Air Force and Space Force all around the world. Some of them are at home, enjoying a well-earned retirement, and some are no longer with us because they paid the last full measure. They paid the ultimate sacrifice, leaving family and friends behind in service to our nation. And it is important that you remember that, because sacrifice or service before self are important not only because they are a core value of the United States Air Force Academy, or the United States Air Force, but because they are a core tenet of the profession of arms. And it is important that you understand that because your challenges are not over. The other thing I want you to remember very quickly, remember the things that I told you were keys to success on in-processing day, on the first day of basic cadet training, when we marched 5.2 miles to Jacks Valley, when we marched 5.2 miles back from Jacks Valley. And I'll tell you again today, remember to believe in yourselves. Remember to listen to those who have more experience. Remember to stick together. And remember to dig. D-I-G. Do not forget the desire that brought you here. Never forget to bring the intensity every single day. And don't ever forget that it takes guts to continue taking one step at a time. This is important not only for success at the United States Air Force Academy, but success throughout your careers and in life. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you that just because basic cadet training is over, your challenges are not. Tomorrow, the dean of the faculty is going to push you hard. The director of athletics is going to push you hard. And I guarantee you I'm going to push you hard. Your military training is not over by a long shot. You have much more to go. Why are we doing this? Because leaders and character are not forged in times of comfort and convenience, but in times of trial, tribulation, and through crucibles. And we have a responsibility to prepare you for an unknown future and a very, very dynamic environment. In closing, let me just say thank you as well to our upperclassmen, our cadre, and the staff of the cadet wing for the months and months of planning that went before the first day of in-processing and basic cadet training, and all of the hard work and your tireless efforts throughout basic cadet training as well. It absolutely takes a village to develop leaders of character, and I am honored to roll up my sleeves and be a part of your village as we get about the business of developing warfighters to win, leaders of character and quality, and critical thinkers to adapt. Ladies and gentlemen, again, it is an honor to be here. Thank you so much for joining us and celebrating the life cycle of the United States Air Force Academy as it continues. World class is our standard. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brigadier General Marks, for those inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the parade field as we continue with the ceremony. Today's reviewing official is Lieutenant General Bauernfeind, Superintendent of the United States Air Force Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of honors and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Be advised that we will be firing 3 volleys from our cannon during the anthem. To our audience, thank you so much, and please be seated.
Order.
At this time, the 4th class cadets are being accepted into the cadet wing.
As the basic cadets take their place among the cadet wing, their class flag is now revealed beside those of the other 3 classes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Cadet Wing Honor Chairman, Cadet Colonel Laura Howie, to administer the honor oath to all cadets present today.
It goes without saying that today's acceptance parade marks a significant step for the class of 2028. Today, you will take the United States Air Force Academy Cadet Wing Honor Oath. The honor oath is a requirement for membership into the Cadet Wing. However, you must remember that the oath goes far beyond just the words which comprise it. The honor code is a great tradition at the Academy, illustrated by the fact that the spirit of the code has remained unchanged since it was first accepted by the class of 1959. It is a way of life in the profession we have chosen. In itself, the honor oath represents an unwavering commitment to integrity, service, and excellence, the three core values of not only the Academy, but also the United States Air Force. Living honorably is a lifelong aspiration and a lifetime process. Your 4 years here at the Academy will provide you with the foundation and opportunity for your development as a leader of character. This development will build throughout your career and lifetime. Therefore, this morning, the entire Cadet Wing will take this oath together to reaffirm our commitment to live up to the positive principles of honesty, respect, fairness, and accountability embodied by the oath. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as a sign of respect as I administer the oath to the Cadet Wing. Cadet Wing and class of 2028.
Evolve, be great!
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. We will not lie, steal, or cheat.
We will not lie, steal, or cheat,
Nor tolerate among us anyone who does.
nor tolerate among us anyone who does.
Furthermore, I resolve to do my duty
Furthermore, I resolve to do my duty
and to live honorably.
and to live honorably.
So help me God.
So help me God.
As part of today's ceremony, you will now witness the change of the Cadet Wing commanders. Brigadier General Gavin Marks, Commandant of Cadets, will officiate the change of command. Although military warfare has changed throughout the centuries, the purpose of the change of command ceremony has not. The ceremony is traditionally conducted in front of the unit, so all could see their new leader assuming their dutiful position. The person who held the unit flag also held the allegiance of their soldiers. At the Air Force Academy, the long-held tradition of the gold saber has been a symbol of the Cadet Wing Commander's authority and responsibility. Please remain standing for the change of command as the summer period ends and the fall academic semester begins. Cadet Colonel Micah Stark will relinquish command of the Cadet Wing to Cadet Colonel Grace Beal, the Fall Wing Commander.
Oh, I know it. Yeah, so pretty much do the press review, and we'll come back here in the parent section here. So it'll all happen right here. Yeah, it should keep it 2 minutes.
Thank you. Please be seated. Now joining Brigadier General Gavin Marks in the reviewing pad is the United States Air Force Academy Superintendent, Lieutenant General Tony Bauernfeind, the Vice Superintendent, Major General Thomas Sherman, the Dean of Faculty, Brigadier General Lael Atundra, the Vice Director of Athletics, Colonel Marcus Corbett, and our guest speaker, Lieutenant General Dick Newton, United States Air Force, retired.
Today's parade serves two functions for the commander. It dismisses the troops in an organized manner and at the same time provides an opportunity to inspect the state of discipline and training. Troops remain seated until the colors begin to rise, and during the playing of the Air and Space Force song by the band at the end of the pass review, in which we ask all in attendance to stand and render proper customs and courtesies. Now passing in review are the members of the fall semester wing staff under the command of the Commandant of Cadets, Brigadier General Kevin Burgess. The wing is led today by the Cadet Wing Commander, Cadet Colonel Grace Beal from Park City, Utah. Other members of her staff include the Vice Wing Commander, Cadet Colonel Joe Oskowitz from Olympia, Washington, and the Wing Chief of Staff, Cadet Colonel Renata Russell from Boise, Idaho.
Following the wing staff is first group under the command of their group commander, Cadet Colonel Caleb Song from Williamsburg, Virginia. Other members of group staff include their deputy group commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Mitchell Francoeur from Bedford, New Hampshire, and their group executive, Cadet Senior Master Sergeant Jong-Soo Lee from Hyuntak, South Korea. Following the first group staff are the squadrons. Starting off, it's Cadet Squadron 1, Mighty Mach 1, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ella Duncan from Louisville, Colorado. Dropping in, it's Cadet Squadron 2, Delta Tau Deuce, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Guy Blessing from Chandler, Arizona. The dogs are out. It's Cadet Squadron 3, the Dogs of War, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Rushan Mahajan from Plano, Texas. With blues on and fists out, it's Cadet Squadron 4, the Fightin' Fort, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Thomas McAdams from Barrington, Rhode Island. Up next, it's Cadet Squadron 5, the Wolfpack, Feed 'em, led by their Standardizations and Evaluations Officer, Cadet Captain Blake Kilgore from Anaheim, California.
Let's go, Maya.
They know their top priority is Cadet Squadron 6, the Bull 6, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Stanley Finlayson from Maplewood, New Jersey. Sneaking on is Cadet Squadron 7, Shadow 7, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Sidney Mazzilli from Sandpoint, Idaho.
See you, Arden!
Swooping in, it's Cadet Squadron 8, Eagle 8, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Rebecca Collins from Abingdon, Virginia. Bahala, it's Cadet Squadron 9, Viking 9, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ashton Valentine from Kenosha, Wisconsin. And finishing off first group is Cadet Squadron 10, Tiger 10, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ben Foster from Woodland Hills, California.
As a reminder, please stand and render the proper courtesies when the colors pass. Following the first group is second group, under the command of their group commander, Cadet Colonel Christian Perales from Weatherford, Texas. Other members of group staff include the Deputy Group Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ethan Hemingway from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and the Group Chief of Staff, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Samantha Wellstead from Leesburg, Virginia. Following second group staff are the squadrons. They don't listen to rules. It's Cadet Squadron 11, Rebel 11, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Benjamin Keekstra from Madison, Wisconsin. There they are, Cadet Squadron 12, the dirty 1, 2, 3. That's way more. It's the Dirty Dozen, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Simon Bidney from Snohomish, Washington. Roo! It's Cadet Squadron 13, the Bulldogs, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Kinnerson from Fort Collins, Colorado. They're no average Joes. They're Cadet Squadron 14, the Killer Cobras, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel William Fricky from Oro Valley, Arizona. It's the coolest jet in the world. It's Cadet Squadron 15, the War Eagles, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Andrew Cormier from Fitchburg, Massachusetts. The only jet that might be cooler, it's Cadet Squadron 16, the Chicken Hawks, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Lake Mills from Page, Texas. Lock them up and throw away the key. It's Cadet Squadron 17, Stalag 17, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Andrew Fisher from Lithia, Florida. Break out the radar gun. It's Cadet Squadron 18, the Night Riders, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Charlie Phillips from Manhattan, New York. Starships were meant to fly. It's Cadet Squadron 19, Starship 19, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Charlotte Chu from Seoul, South Korea. They're no joking matter. It's Cadet Squadron 20, the Red Tails, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jeremy Shapankovich from Hopkins, Massachusetts. Now passing the reviewing officials is the Cadet Wing Color Guard, being led by their detail commander, Cadet Captain Chris Herman from Clemens, North Carolina.
Next up is third group under the command of their group commander, Cadet Colonel Matthew Burke from Arlington, Virginia. Other members of group staff include their deputy group commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Kieran McCauley from Indianapolis, Indiana, and their group chief of staff, Cadet Major Sherry Bramlett from El Paso, Texas. Following the third group staff are the squadrons, and this is a gentle reminder that absolutely no gambling is allowed on any military installation. Starting off strong is Cadet Squadron 21, the Blackjacks, led by their squadron commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Henry Taylor from Monument, Colorado. Chris Pratt? No, it's Cadet Squadron 22, the Raptors, led by their Squadron Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jensen Garcia from Honolulu, Hawaii. You got a barn, they can storm it. It's Cadet Squadron 23, the Barnstormers, led by their Chief of Staff, Cadet Major Ty Stromberg from Larimore, North Dakota. Pack an umbrella because they're bringing the rain. It's Cadet Squadron 24, the Phantoms, led by their Squadron Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Grady Kriskovich from Richland, Washington. Get them some eye drops because it's Cadet Squadron 25, the Rock Hard Red Eye, led by their Squadron Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Nicholas Sisela from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Whoa, it's Cadet Squadron 26, the Whoa Barons, led by their Squadron Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Katarina Schultz from Chardon, Ohio. Look to the sky, because it's Cadet Squadron 27, the Thunderbirds, led by their Squadron Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Corinne Hansen from Covington, Georgia. Coming in at 80,000 feet above the parade field, it's Cadet Squadron 28, the Badass Blackbirds, led by their Squadron Commander. You know her, you love her. It's Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Annika Rose Havlick from Scappoose, Oregon.
Way to go, D! Yeah, Jason! Let's go, Jason!
Rolling into the parade field, it's Cadet Squadron 29, the 29 Black Panthers, led by their Squadron Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Gabe Yeoman from Canova, West Virginia. And finishing off Cadet Group 3, it's Cadet Squadron 30, the Dirty Knights of 30, led by their Squadron Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Madeline Olson from St. Louis Park, Minnesota.
Following third group is fourth group, under the command of their Deputy Group Commander, Cadet Colonel Mark Carnes from Richmond, Virginia. Other members of group staff include the Group Chief of Staff, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Aiden Hoddle from Baltimore, Maryland, and the Group Director of Operations, Cadet Major Matthew Cordy from Raleigh, North Carolina. Following fourth group staff are the squadrons of fourth group. When it's Grim, be the Reaper. It's Cadet Squadron 31, the Grim Reapers, led by their Squadron Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Carter Van Hammond from Gilbert, Arizona. Meep meep, racing across the parade field is Cadet Squadron 32, the Roadrunners, led by their Squadron Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Grace Hendricks from Sunnyvale, California. Joining us from the basement is Cadet Squadron 33, the King Rats, led by their Director of Operations, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Edie Ferguson from Farmland, Indiana. Delta, we gotta go. It's Cadet Squadron 34, the Loose Hogs, led by their Squadron Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Galbraith from Canton, Michigan. They're a slippery bunch. It's Cadet Squadron 35, the Wild Weasels, led by their Director of Operations, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Nathaniel Popa from Manassas, Virginia. They're proud, they're pink. Who else but Cadet Squadron 36, the Pink Panthers, led by their Squadron Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Isaac Dietz from York, Pennsylvania. one's a mouthful. It's Cadet Squadron 37, the Animalistic Sky Raiders, led by their Chief of Staff, Cadet Major Melina Thompson from Alphaya, Florida. Look out for LeBron, Kobe, and Shaq. It's Cadet Squadron 38, the All-Stars, led by their Squadron Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Madeline Strang from Grand Haven, Michigan. The Force is with them. It's Cadet Squadron 39, the Jedi Knights, led by their Squadron Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Evan Hope from Newton, Massachusetts. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke. It's Cadet Squadron 40, the Warhawks, led by their Squadron Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jay Coos from Portage, Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Air Force and Space Force song, including one volley from our cannon. Today's musical support is being provided by the United States Air Force Academy Band, led by Colonel Michael Willen and Drum Major Senior Master Sergeant John Dawson.
Ladies and gentlemen, we congratulate and welcome the class of 2028 to the Cadet Wing. Friends and families of 4th class cadets are allowed to meet with their cadets during the shoulder board pin-on ceremony. This ceremony will take place on the parade field you see in front of you. Please refrain from disturbing other pin-on ceremonies. All cadets are returned back to your squadrons for your respective commander time no later than 12:45. In order to help you find your cadet, the squadrons are organized as follows. As viewed from your left to your right are cadet squadrons 1 through 10, followed by squadrons 11 through 20. To the right of center are cadet squadrons 21 through 30, and finally to the far right are cadet squadrons 31 through 40. Authorized visiting hours are from now until 1300. At that time, we ask all escorted visitors to exit the cadet area. 4th class cadets may not leave the installation. Visitors are encouraged to dine within the cadre area. This concludes the official portion of our parade. Thank you so much for your attendance and have a great Air and Space Force Day.